Hello Pisces, this is your extended reading. So it gets even more interesting, this friendship that is being strengthened because of this shared experience and this extreme vulnerability that comes through when you are hurting and someone comes in your aid to help you when you most need it. Really, I feel like now that you are feeling better, now that you're starting to feel like yourself again because this thorn has been removed, or this pimple has been popped, whatever it is, whatever image you feel like suits you, it's just this purging that was necessary to bring you to your senses. That's interesting. That needed to come through right now. Like, there is something that was in you, in your body, in your being, in your energy, in your aura, that needed to be removed, but you couldn't remove it alone. It's like there needed to be someone, perhaps, a good friend or somebody that is just going through the same experience as you, and they were the ones who needed to remove this for you in order for you to feel like you're coming back to yourself, coming back to your senses. And so this extended here actually is talking about how grateful you are to them and how you want to express this gratitude, because to be honest, here it's like both of you are growing from this situation. Not only just you who are feeling much better, right? Because this thing was removed. This other person that is coming in your aid, they are also growing. And it's almost like they are telling you how, as the Knight of Wands, they were looking like the only help you could find nearby, right? Or in that circumstance. So they were this lifeline almost, right? And they were also, appearing to you, even though you wanted to keep this pose that you didn't need help, that you could cope with this for as long as you could. This person was also going through things, going through, struggling on their own. And I want to say, because of what you were going through, right? They were feeling like they were lost, but they were trying to make this, keep this posture and keep this approach that they knew exactly what had to be done. It's like they couldn't break down when you were breaking down, even though you were reluctant to break down at first, right? So this extended is talking about how now that the worst part is over, how they are telling you what they were going through while they were seeing you suffer, seeing you hurting, but wanting to help. And it was like a process of you letting them help. So now they're telling you how they struggled about it, to convince you in a way and to enter in your inner feelings, right? So we begin with this Seven of Wands. And actually the Seven of Wands, well, not only they came as the Knight of Wands, actually the two next cards following this Seven of Wands is the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. So this is all of them. It's almost like they are telling you, Pisces, the story of what they were going through when you were hurting. Because, when one person is hurting, well, if you are hurting, Pisces, you cannot think straight. And it's only now that you're coming to your senses, and it's only now that you are understanding what was going on with them while you couldn't think of anything else but your pain, right? And so this Seven of Wands was looking like this very dark forest. It's almost like this maze, and the way that it showed me this image of the maze was through, the forest maze, the made of bushes on that movie, The Shining. I don't know if you've seen that movie. It's a very old movie, and it's a bit scary. And to be honest, I it's just, a side note here. I was, you know, recommended to watch that movie, and I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to feel the pain from it, right? I was, you know, feeling the pain from the characters in the movie. And so, and also because those twins on the movie are so scary, and I have a twin sister, so I didn't want to keep that image of, you know, scary twins when I myself have a twin sister. So it was a bit, you know, it took me a while to watch it. So, but, you know, I did. And then at the end, when what is the name of that actor? I forgot. But you know, the main character, right? He runs to the maze because his wife ran there, right? To, you know, run away from him. And so she was trying to hide in this maze made of bushes. So it was like this, it's like this live thing, live maze. It's almost like this metaphor for life itself, right? And this is what I'm seeing with the Seven of Wands. It's like this maze that perhaps both of you, right, you and your friend entered in order to, you know, find something or find relief or find protection from whatever was, you know, perhaps, you know, threatening you from outside. And you went there, you both went there, you know, to find relief, to find this place, the safe place for healing. But the maze itself can make you go crazy, can make you go, it's like can make you lose yourself, right? But going through this path that you don't know the way out once you're in, right? It's like you have to just keep on going. And this is what they're telling you. It's like they didn't know the way out of this situation. They weren't just starting slowly to only prevent you from hurting more. It's just because for them, they were feeling like they didn't know anything. Although for you, they were keeping this poker face in a sense that they were stronger than you at that moment, and they were the only option to heal you, right? Immediately when you most need it. And so they are telling you that when you were in this maze, in this situation, in this conflicting circumstance, that you were lost, so were they, but they didn't want to show you. And so coming out of it, this is the great thing, right? It feels like you both, because this is the opening card, right? So both of you, well, especially because you are also coming here. So, right, the three first cards are them retelling what went through when you didn't know exactly what was going on, right? Or at least you didn't know their perspective yet. It's only when you came out of the maze that they were telling how frightened that they were, or how immature they felt like, you know, in that moment. But here, because they're coming through as the King of Wands and you are coming through as the King of Swords, it's like with this experience, both of you grew, right? So it's not only that, you know, both of you were, you know, showed up first as knights, right? The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. And here it's like you have grown, you have upgraded, you have matured, right? You have turned into the king. It's like both of you have had the opportunity to grow from the same experience, even though, to be honest, you were the one who was hurting, and they were the helping hand that came, you know, when for both of you, you were feeling kind of lost, right? You know, you didn't know exactly what to do and where to go from there. It's like they didn't too. It's like it's not that you were feeling lost alone. They were feeling lost also. But both of you grew from this situation. Both of you were showing how much you had to give, in a sense, right? But also how much you received, because the growth is like, it's exponential, right? You went from the knights to the kings. So both of you grew a lot, significantly, from this experience. And now coming out of it, it's only when you realize how much you've grown. So this experience, has changed you, but has also changed this person. It's not only you, Pisces. Your partner, your friend has also changed because of this experience. And you now, because they are telling this story, you seem to be very, very grateful, because we have the Three of Cups. And this Three of Cups was showing me like this, it's almost like this, it's like you are a little bit in disbelief of how much they showed a stronger face, and you believed it at the moment, right? You didn't second guess that they didn't know what they were doing for a second. It's like you believed because you were surrendering in a sense. And so, but now that you know it, it's like you feel like you are in a better place to understand what went down, what really, really happened, and how sensitive the thing was, how incredibly hard this experience was for both of you. Not only for you, because this was, this thing that was hurting was inside your body, perhaps, right? But this other person, this friend who was, removing it from you, they too were changed by this experience. They too were suffering your pain and trying to keep this strong face in order for you to feel like this could have a great outcome in the end, even though both of you were feeling lost, right? They just didn't tell you because they couldn't. You just didn't, you just wouldn't understand. You just wouldn't, and it was necessary for the moment. Okay, so this Three of Cups is talking about real friendship. This is talking about people that are perhaps, even if this is a case for siblings, I feel like this is a bond that doesn't need sharing the same blood. That's why I'm talking about friendship. It's like this is a true friend, Pisces, that you are now, and I just got goosebumps, because it's like you are finally realizing the magnitude of the moment that both of you shared, that will forever be within you, and it's like this mark in this timeline that is like this joint experience, right? You and theirs, your experience and their experience, because this is talking about like this beautiful bond, this beautiful relationship that you now see how much gratitude is flowing through you. So it's beautiful, because now I'm seeing like it's like you're just running to give them a hug, right? All that you can do right now to express how much they have helped you without you even realize how much they were doing at the time. It's like you just want to hug them. It's like no matter how much you try to talk, the only way that will be that will express the amount of gratitude that you feel right now, Pisces, is a hug. And it's like that very it's like that very warm embrace that takes forever, right? And just stops time, because this is the bond that is going to be there forever. So this is the person that you'll always remember, that perhaps they saved your life in a sense, right? Because they removed the thing that you tried to cope with for such a long time, and you on your own, Pisces, you weren't able to remove it. But this circumstance, when this person comes into the same situation as you, it's like they offer what they have, and it's like their posture is just so appropriate. They are a good friend. they are a true friend. It's like this one you can really rely on. So I feel like most of all, you know, to finish up this reading in a very beautiful, you know, it's almost like this feeling great again, feeling like now that you have come out of this maze, out of this hole, in a sense, out of this pain, it's like now you can go back to your life. You can go back home, actually. You can go back to your loved ones. That's the reason why I'm saying this is feeling like a friend more than a partner, because, so, you know, this Three of Cups came through after the King of Swords, and after the Three of Cups is coming through your partner, the Queen of Swords and the Hermit. So this is, you know, talking about how at home your partner is there waiting for you, trying to prepare things for your arrival. So that's the reason why I'm, you know, referencing to, you know, war buddies, because it's just like this external, it's almost like this trip that you went with a friend and things went down the way that you weren't imagining, or things got really intense very quickly, but then things got better very quickly too, right? And so just showing your gratitude as somebody who is forever changed, who has grown, who has matured, right? And is now thinking straight, more straight than ever, right? You can see clearly how this pain was part of you and you were trying to carry it, right? Attached to it. But then when this friend of yours helps to remove, it's like you understand how deeply this transformed both of you and how this is strengthening this friendship. And this is allowing you, Pisces, to go back home for the ones you love in a way that you are thinking straight again, in a way that you are carrying yourself with, you know, your chin up high, and it's like you are proud even, right? It's almost like now if you couldn't keep, you know, a straight face when you were hurting for so long, you know, in the beginning of this healing process, when this friend was trying to heal you however they could, and however they knew how also, right, at the moment. It's like that poker face that you were trying to keep, right, that strong face, that when you broke down, when you showed your most vulnerable state to this friend, it's now giving you the strength to include this vulnerability in the being that you are now, in the mature being, human being that you are now, and how this bond is showing how other bonds with other people that you love are also people that you can trust in showing this vulnerable side of you, right? It's like they will understand you, right? The loved ones that are there at home waiting for you, Pisces, they are going to understand what went down, what happened with you, and how you came on the other side healed. So it's now the time for you to share with this one what happened, the same way that your friend told the story of what they did, right, when you were, you know, in the worst situation ever and you were hurting. So you couldn't do anything else other than feel the pain, right? But now that you are healed, in a sense, you are able to use the strength of this bond, of this friendship, to, you know, go back home and share this with those you love, that is now represented here by this Queen of Swords, but it's coming through as more, right? It's almost like they are at the doorstep of your home, and inside the home there are more people, right? You know, perhaps your children, perhaps other siblings, perhaps your parents, friends, just, you know, it's almost like this is the hub of love, in a sense. This is the hub of vulnerability. This is when you can be open and honest first with this one, right? They're the first one you see once you come home. So this is like the opening doorway for this honesty at home, which is so beautiful because actually, you know, we're ending here at the bottom of the deck. I'm including now because this is so gorgeous. You know, the Justice card is also talking about this lesson of, you know, being open enough, being vulnerable enough, right, to find balance again, to accept help in a sense, to let go of the attachment that you can cope on your own when you really need help, right? And so things are back in balance for you, Pisces, which is so, so beautiful. Yeah, so that's the interesting thing. You know, when the message started with "it's hurting" and I felt your pain, I was really not sure if I should record this, but now that I'm seeing, like, it's almost like the intensification of this healing process that happens in a short amount of time, and that's the reason why it hurts so bad at first, because the healing also that comes after is so potent, right? That is going to have the effect on, you know, every aspect of your life when you go back home, in a sense. So yeah, let's see what the astrological runes have to add as a final guidance for you, Pisces. This is amazing. Okay, so the room that came through is Virgo. I was going to say the name in Portuguese, Virgem. So Virgo. Virgo is actually the sign that is opposite to you, right? And the beautiful thing about, you know, this passing of Venus in Pisces at the moment that I'm recording this, it's talking about forgiveness. I think I mentioned this in the first video, how this Venus through Pisces talks about forgiving and healing in a way that is very open and honest, and surrendering to this forgiveness. And so this Virgo, well, Virgo energy in complement to yours, right, is coming through as this healing aid, or this help, this extending of this helping hand that is coming from the opposite side of the chart, right? It's like the opposite, there is somebody opposite to you that is helping you. That's the reason why perhaps this came through as, you know, friends. It's something that you yourself are not able to do fully, to be removed fully. There has to be the help of another. And the interesting thing is that, you know, the Hermit card is Virgo. The correspondence to astrology, this card is Virgo. So I want to say that most of all, this friend of yours that helped you, they're almost like family also, right? Because this card is coming through as people at home where you feel safe and protected and loved, right? And so whoever is in this home of yours, they are people who can also help you. It's almost like this, it's like this phase of recovery post a very intense healing session, right? And so it's almost like the people who are going to be there to hold space for the aftermath of the healing process. So the Virgo here, the Virgo rune here is coming through as opposite people, people that perhaps you didn't expect, or you were trying to hold such a place in, well, to hold your image towards these people that you love so dearly in high regards, right? You wanted to keep this image of you are self-sufficient, or you can cope with the pain, it's okay, I'm fine. But really, these are the ones who are going to extend their hand, right? Virgo is a healing sign. It talks about healing. It also talks about, you know, this connection to nature, because Virgo is an earth sign, and how it connects to Mother Nature in a way to bring the healing through nature. And so I don't know if this process, well, it was coming through as a maze, a live maze, right, made of bushes. So perhaps there is this intense experience that you go into a forest or into nature, or some sort of really deep connection of trying to find shelter in this connection to nature, and how the healing is going to happen when you surrender to this process and allow it to grow. Because in growing the pain, it's also growing the maturity in you, right? And so there's a lot here, but I feel like this is something that it's talking about the healing of your body also, right? It came through very clearly through the cards, and Virgo is also related to the body, the health of your body. So I feel like, yes, coming home, it's also talking about coming back home to your body, to a healthy body, to a wise and mature body, right? This is, and balanced, right? And balanced. This is so gorgeous. I'm so glad that I, found a little bit of strength actually to record this, even though I am a little bit tired, I confess. But this is so beautiful. I feel like this is the intensity perhaps that I needed to go through today, right? In doing so many readings in one day. But nevertheless, it's worth it, and I feel so much better, right? I'm just imagining if you are feeling much better also, if you've gotten here, you've got here with me, following this, the two-part reading. So Pisces, this is the end of this journey for you. You can breathe now. I need to breathe. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.